Hello everybody, mega goal number 1, first secondary, and this is the grammar lesson for unit number 2, which is called career. Now move on to pages number 22 and 23. اليوم بيكون درسنا grammar. As usual, let's take a look at the objectives for this lesson. I've written them briefly, كتبتهم باختصار. We will focus on the present perfect progressive versus the present perfect simple. We will be as well talking about adjectives plus preposition plus gerund, and we will answer a couple of the given questions. راح نركز اليوم على المضارع التام المستمر والمضارع التام البسيط. بنتكلم عن الصفات مع الحروف الجر مع الجرند، وآخر شيء راح أحاول أجاوب على بعض الأسئلة في هذا الدرس. Now move to page number 22 and take a look at the grammar rule and try to follow up with me as I explain this lesson. And I promise you that this lesson will be very easy. I have enjoyed teaching it through the years. جدا سهل اليوم الجرامر وجدا استمتعت فيه في تدريسه في خلال سنوات خبرتي. Now we will be talking about the present perfect progressive versus the present perfect simple. المضارع التام المستمر والمضارع التام البسيط. For a start, let's start with the formation of each one of them اللي هو كل واحد منهم من وين يتكون. المضارع التام المستمر is formed with يتكون من has or have plus been plus the verb ing. I'll give you an example. For example, has or have been eating. So this is what we call the present perfect progressive. As for the present perfect simple, has or have plus the past participle. So has or have مع التصريف الثالث للفعل. What's the past participle from the verb eat? It is eaten. Has or have been studying. Has or have studied. خلاص. Now each one of them has a certain use, استخدام معين. As for the present perfect progressive, I use it when I'm talking about time, لما أتكلم عن الوقت. But for the present perfect simple, I use it when I'm talking about number or focusing on numbers. And with time, I can use two words. أقدر أستخدم كلمتين. Since or for. Since معناها منذ. Since 2010. Since I was a child. Since Sunday. Sunday has to be capital letter. Yes. For مدة, duration. For 3 weeks. 3 days. As for the numbers, I can say 3, 4, 5, whatever. يعني المضارع التام المستمر أستخدمه عادة مع الوقت. المضارع التام البسيط أستخدمه مع الأرقام. I'll give you an example. بعطيكم مثال. Let's say I, and the formation of the present perfect progressive, I have been, let's say study. So studying. And then I'm gonna use either since or for. It's gonna be since Sunday. Or I can say for 2 days. Excellent. I can say the sentence in other words using the present perfect simple when I want to focus on numbers. So it can be الحين بقول I have studied التصريف الثالث للفعل. I have studied how many books? Yes, 3 books. Now let's take a look at these sentences one more time. خلينا نطلع نشوف الجمل مرة ثانية. I have been studying. So this is the present perfect progressive. المضارع التام المستمر. And I'm using it because I'm talking about time. يعني أركز على الوقت. This one have studied is in the present perfect simple المضارع التام البسيط. And I'm focusing on number. قاعدة أركز على العدد. Very easy. Now, how about if I want to form questions? إذا أبغى أكون أسئلة. I'm gonna rewrite the sentences one more time. Okay. I have been studying, okay, for 2 days. And that one I have studied, okay, I have studied 3 books. So right now I want to ask about here the time, and here I want to ask about the number. The question word I'm going to use with the present perfect progressive when I want to ask about the time is how long. لمدة كم? How long? Here, you know, when you want to ask about number, what is the question word you use? Yes, how many? Okay, now let's do this. Now that one is I want to ask about for 2 days. So this is the answer. I'm going to start with how many. Very good. Sorry. Yes, how long? And then I'm going to use the verb, which is what? Have. وطبعا تتحول ال I إلى you. Have you been studying? Shall I say for 2 days in the question? لا خطأ. ليش؟ لأني ما أضمن الإجابة في سؤالي. So how long have you been studying? And the answer, I have been studying for 2 days. Now I want to ask about books. 3 books. The number. So I'm going to say how many. And then the verb. No, how many what? How many what? How many books? Okay, لازم أضمن بعد many اللي هو الnoun. So how many books, and then the verb have will I تتحول إلى you. Have you studied? هل أقول 3 books في السؤال؟ لا، ما أضمن في سؤالي الإجابة. Okay, so with the present perfect progressive I use the question word how long. And with the present perfect simple, when I want to ask about number, I say how many. So how many to ask about number. And with the present perfect simple, and how long is to ask about time with the present perfect progressive. Very easy. Now you have to remember one more thing, which is has comes with what? With yes, he, she, or it with the singular, مع المفرد, or the third person singular. While have, I have, you have, we have, and you have. Okay? Or the plural. طبعا as for the past participle of the verbs اللي هي التصريف الثالث للفعل, you should memorize them and study them by heart. لازم انكم تحفظونها اللي هي التصريف الثالث للفعل, تصاريف الأفعال. Now I have one more example for you. Okay, عندي مثال. Okay, just to wrap this up عشان يعني خلاص نختم. I can say I have read 3 books. Okay, so be careful. Read اللي هي ال past participle of the verb read اللي هي تصريف صحيح إنها تكتب read لكن تقرأ read. So read, read. Okay. And I have been reading, okay, for 2 hours. So this one, I'm focusing on the number. So this one is the present perfect simple, okay, present perfect simple. As for this one is the present perfect progressive because I'm focusing on time. أنا قاعد أركز هنا على الوقت، فعشان كذا استخدمت هذا وهذا. أنا استخدمت مع على العدد، فعشان كذا استخدمت ال present perfect simple. طيب if I want to ask a question سؤال. Okay, the first one would be how many books have you read? Yes, and the answer will be 3 books. And for the second one will be how long have you been reading? And the answer will be for 2 hours. هنا السؤال هنا عن السؤال، وأنا ما ضمن طبعا الإجابة في سؤالي. Okay, so very straightforward, and this is very easy. Now let's move on to page number 22. I'll do this exercise with you. بحاول أحل معاكم couple of the exercises. Now B, choose the correct verb form. طبعا إما present perfect progressive or present perfect simple. Here طبعا يعتمد متى الوقت ومتى العدد. I've looked for a job for 3 months and I still haven't found or haven't been finding one. طبعا it's very easy. Have been looking for لأن هنا عن العدد الوقت الوقت هنا الوقت time. Okay, now and I still haven't found, yes, because here I'm talking about number. Okay, now my father has worked or has been working at many different jobs during his career. Here I'm talking about number, so has worked. Okay, you can do the rest by yourself. As for exercise letter C, I'm gonna do it orally. راح أجاوب عليها بشفهيا. Now write the answer or write answers to the following questions about your study of English. How long have you been studying English? طبعا this is asking about time. You can say I have been studying English for 6 weeks, for 6 months. How many English teachers have you had? You can say I have had 3 English teachers. I have had 2 English teachers. I have had 1 English teacher. Okay? So this is very easy. Now let's move on to the last point in this lesson. اللي هي النقطة الأخيرة. We will be talking about adjectives plus preposition plus gerund. Adjective we mean by it is good. صفة. As for the other adjective we will be talking about is interested. Okay? طبعا good is followed usually by the preposition حرف الجر اللي يجي بعد good ده معظم الوقت تكون at. While interested I say interested in. طبعا كلهم لهم معنى مختلف. good at يعني جيد في أمر ما. interested in يعني مهتم فيه. What do we mean by the gerund here? هنا الجرند اللي هي يتكون عادة من الverb plus ing ويصير يتحول طبعا إلى اسم وسميها gerund. good at verb ing, interested at verb ing. Okay? You just have to memorize it and know the difference between good and interested. good يعني إنه أنا جيد في أمر ما. I'm good at. interested in يعني مهتم بأمر ما. Okay? You can say I am good at, for example, teaching. I am good at teaching. Don't forget to end your sentence with a full stop. And you can say, I am interested in, let's say, for example, learning English. And that's pretty much all. هذا يعني كل القاعدة. You just have to memorize it. Good at something, interested in something. مهتم بأمر ما. طبعا followed by the verb ing or what we call is gerund أو اللي نسميها gerund. So that's pretty much all for this lesson. يعني هذا هو الدرس. I just wish that if you do find it beneficial, please don't forget to share this video, subscribe, and as well, if you have any question, leave it in the comment box below and leave me a thumb up. Till next time, have a good one.